It's not the right key. But it should be.
The key didn't turn. That was the first thing. Emeka stood before the black iron gate, the heavy key Chidi had mailed to London 6 months ago in his hand. He pushed it into the lock. It wouldn't enter. The lock was new, shiny, brass. Emeka frowned. He looked up at the gate. The welding was fresh, painted gloss black, and there, welded into the metal in bold, curly letters was the name of the house, the Chidi Castle. And below it, a subtitle that made Emeka's breath catch in his throat. Built by the grace of God and the sweat of a brother who stayed. Emeka dropped his travel bag. The dust of the village road puffed around his ankles. 7 years. 7 years of night shifts in a care home in Peckham. 7 years of eating beans and bread so he could send £500 every month. 7 years of WhatsApp voice notes where Chidi's voice would crack with emotion, saying, "Bro, the blocks are rising. The village is watching. You are the lion of this family. This house will carry your name forever." Emeka looked at the name on the gate again. His name was nowhere. The key didn't fit. The name wasn't his. But the worst part was yet to come. Tell me, have you ever sent money home and felt that cold fear in your stomach? Drop a yes if you know this pain. Let me pull you back, because to understand why Emeka didn't scream right there, you have to understand the weight he was carrying. Emeka was the first son. In our culture, that title is not a crown, it is a chain. When their father died, Emeka was 22. The family land was there, but the money was gone. The pressure to do something was like a hand around his neck. So he made the choice so many of us make. He japped. He left. He told Chidi, his younger brother, "I will go. I will send money. You stay. You manage the family. You supervise the house. We will build it together." Chidi cried at the airport. He held Emeka's hands and swore on their father's grave. "Bro, your word is law. This house will be your legacy. I am just your hands." For the first 2 years, it was perfect. Chidi sent photos, foundation, blocks, lintel. Emeka would show the photos to his colleagues in London during break time, his chest swelling. "My house back home. My family is building." But then, the videos stopped. Chidi's excuses were smooth. "Network is bad in the village now. The phone camera broke. I'm too busy supervising the workers, bro. I don't have time to record." Emeka didn't push, because in the diaspora, guilt is a quiet killer. You feel you abandoned them. You feel you are living soft life while they are suffering. So when Chidi said, "Bro, the price of cement has jumped," Emeka sent extra. When Chidi said, "The elders need to settle a land dispute," Emeka sent more. He skipped his own rent. He walked to work in the rain to save transport fare. He told himself, it is for the house. It is for home. Emeka ignored the red flags because guilt made him blind. But the village had changed in ways he couldn't imagine. Stay with me. The taxi ride is where the truth started to bleed through. The taxi driver knew the house. That should have been a good sign. Emeka climbed into the yellow Corolla at the junction, sweat already sticking his shirt to the back. "Take me to the Ume compound, the new house near the stream." The driver turned, chewing his stick of mass. His eyes lit up. "Ah, you mean Chief Chidi's mansion, the big man's palace?" Emeka froze. "Chief?" "Yes, oh, Chief Chidi, the philanthropist. That house is the talk of the local government. Big gates, generator that hums like a lion, solar panels on the roof. They say he built it with his own hustle. That boy has done well for himself. He even donated chairs to the town hall last December." Emeka's mouth went dry. "His own hustle?" The driver laughed, shifting gears. "My friend, you sound surprised. You don't read Facebook? Chief Chidi is everywhere. He is the pride of the village. People say he has contracts in Abuja, that he is helping his elder brother in London, who is, how did they put it, who is struggling. The world tilted. Emeka gripped the door handle. Struggling? Yes. Chief Chidi always says in the town meetings, my brother Emeka is trying, but London is hard. I have to support him. That is why we respect him. He has money, yet he does not forget family. He even pays their mother's medical bills. Emeka couldn't breathe. The air in the taxi felt thick, suffocating. Every word was a slap. Solar panels? Emeka had sent money for roofing sheets, not solar. Contracts in Abuja? Chidi had never left the village. Supporting Emeka?
The driver dropped him at the gate. Oga, hope you know Chief. If you are looking for work, today is not good. He has a Thanksgiving service inside. Big people are there. Emeka stepped out. The taxi drove off, leaving a cloud of red dust. He stood there, the key still in his hand, the useless key to a lock that had been changed. He could hear music from inside, high life, laughter, the clinking of bottles. He pushed the small pedestrian gate. It wasn't locked. He walked in. The driver called Chidi Chief. He said Chidi was supporting Emeka. The narrative had been flipped completely. But wait until you see who was wearing Emeka's life. Drop a next if you are ready for the confrontation. The compound was unrecognizable. Where the old mud house used to stand, there was now a sprawling structure. White walls, tiled veranda, glass windows that caught the afternoon sun. It was beautiful. It was everything Emeka had dreamed of. And it was full of people. Men in crisp agbada, women in matching asoebi, children running with plates of jollof rice. A banner hung across the veranda, thanksgiving for God's favor and the completion of the Chidi castle. Emeka walked like a ghost. No one looked at him. His clothes were simple, a faded jean and a polo shirt. He looked like a stranger, a nobody. Then he saw him. Chidi stood near the entrance, holding a glass of champagne. But this was not the Chidi Emeka left. This Chidi was heavier, his face round and glowing. He wore a coral bead necklace that screamed wealth. And on his wrist, glinting in the sun, was a watch. Emeka stopped. His heart hammered against his ribs. He knew that watch. 3 years ago, he had sent Chidi a picture from a shop window in London, a limited edition piece. He had written, "One day, bro, when the house is done, I will buy this for myself." Chidi was wearing it. Chidi turned and saw Emeka. Time slowed. The music seemed to fade. Emeka saw the recognition flash in Chidi's eyes, then panic. Then in a split second, a mask slid into place, a smile, too wide, too bright. Chidi rushed forward, arms open. "Emeka, my brother, you made it!" He hugged Emeka tight, too tight. His mouth was right next to Emeka's ear, and in a whisper, low and sharp, Chidi said, "Play along, or you will lose everything." He pulled back, laughing loud for the crowd. "Everybody, this is my elder brother Emeka, the one I told you about. He has come from London to rejoice with us." A polite clap rippled through the crowd. People looked at Emeka with pity, with curiosity, not with respect. They saw a man who had returned empty-handed to bask in his brother's glory. Chidi grabbed Emeka's arm, his grip like iron. "Come, bro, let me show you inside. You must be tired from your journey." He steered Emeka away from the crowd, towards a side door. His smile never wavered, but his eyes were cold, dead cold. They entered a quiet corridor. Chidi pushed Emeka into a small room and closed the door. The sound of the party was muffled now. The mask fell.
Chidi whispered, "Play along." He's wearing the watch Emeka dreamed of. The trap is set. "What is this, Chidi?" Emeka's voice shook. "The gate, the name. The driver said you are telling people you built this, that you are supporting me." Chidi leaned against the door, crossing his arms. He took a sip of his drink. He didn't look afraid. He looked bored. "Emeka, sit down." "I will not sit down. I sent money every month. I have the receipts. I have the bank alerts. This house is mine. I paid for it." Chidi laughed, a soft, dry laugh. "You sent money. Yes, we all know you sent money. So why is my name not on the gate? Why are you wearing that watch? Why is the world calling you chief?" Chidi pushed off the door and stepped closer. His voice dropped, calm and razor-sharp. "Listen to me carefully. You sent money. Money is just paper. Money does not build a house. People build a house. I dealt with the land grabbers. I bribed the local council. I managed the workers who wanted to steal cement. I faced the elders when they said the land was cursed. I did the work. You were just an ATM, a machine that beeps." Emeka stared at him. "An ATM? I sacrificed my life. I have nothing in London because of this house." "And whose fault is that?" Chidi snapped. "You left. You ran away. You thought you could buy your way back into this family by sending pounds? The village doesn't respect money sent from abroad. They respect presents. They respect the man who pours libation, the man who is here." Chidi circled him. "I built a story. A better story. In this story, I am the successful son who stayed and built. You are the struggling brother I am helping. It's a good story. The elders love it, the women respect me, the contractors fear me. If you go out there now and shout about receipts, what will happen?" Chidi smiled, a cruel twist of his lips. "They will say you are jealous. They will say you are mad. They will say the stress of London has cracked your head. Who will they believe? The chief who feeds the town, or the ghost who appears once in 7 years with a bag full of complaints?" Emeka felt the floor crumbling beneath him. "You stole my life." "I upgraded it," collected Chidi. "I took your money and turned it into power. Power that protects this family. Power that even protects you. Do you think the village will let you walk in safely if they knew you were the one with the money? They would have eaten you alive. I am your shield, Emeka. You should thank me." He checked his watch, Emeka's watch. "Now, you have 2 choices. You can play the grateful brother. You stay in the boys' quarters, you eat, you drink, you go back to London and continue sending your small stipend, and I will keep your name alive here as the brother I support. Or you fight, and I promise you, by tomorrow, you will have no family, no house, and no reputation. Choose."
Chidi didn't just steal the money. He stole the credit, the respect, and the narrative. He made Emeka the villain in his own story. But Emeka still had one card left. His mother. Surely, Mama would know the truth. Drop Mama if you think she'll stand by her first son. Emeka pushed past Chidi. He needed air. He needed to see Mama. Mama was the anchor. She was the one who called every Sunday, her voice weak over the line, asking, "My son, are you eating? Chidi says you are working too hard." She was the one Emeka suffered for. If anyone knew the truth, it was her. He found her in the main parlor. She sat on a plush sofa fanning herself with a ceremonial fan. She looked well.
Welcome
Her
home,
wrapper was
my
expensive
son.
lace. Her beads were
Mama.
fresh. When she saw Emeka, her face lit up. "Emeka, my first son." She opened her arms. Emeka knelt as tradition demanded and hugged her legs. Tears pricked his eyes. "Mama, I am back." She stroked his head. "Welcome, my son. Welcome home. Chidi told me you were coming. He said he paid for your ticket. God bless him." Emeka pulled back slowly. The words hit him like stones. He said he paid for your ticket. He looked into her eyes. Mama, Chidi is lying. I paid for everything. The house, the ticket, the watch he is wearing. I sent the money. Chidi has told the village a lie. He has erased me. He waited for the shock. He waited for her to call Chidi, to scold him, to demand the truth. Mama's hand stopped moving. Her smile didn't fade, but it stiffened. Her eyes shifted to the door, then back to Emeka. And in that look, Emeka saw it. She knew. There was no surprise in her face, only a weary resignation. She squeezed his hand, her grip surprisingly strong. Emeka, my son, listen to me. Mama, he stole. Shh. She pulled him closer. Emeka, look at this house. Look at the peace. Look at how the village respects us now. Before we were nothing. People spat on our name. Now they bow. Chidi has brought us honor. With my money, Emeka hissed. Does it matter? Mama's eyes were hard now. Money comes and goes, but respect stays. Chidi is here. He is the one who faces the world for us. You are far away. If you fight him now, you will destroy this house. You will make us the laughingstock. The elders will say the first son is wicked, that he wants to pull down what his brother built. Do you want that shame? Do you want to be the one who brought war to your mother's house? Emeka stared at her. The betrayal wasn't just Chidi's, it was hers too. She had chosen the comfort of the lie over the justice of the truth. She had chosen the son who was present, the son who fed her ego, over the son who bled for her in silence. Mama, Emeka whispered, his voice breaking, I am your son. She touched his cheek. Her hand was dry, rough. You are my son, and because you are my son, you will swallow this for me. Go and greet your brother. Smile. Let the village see unity. That is your duty. She released his hand and picked up her fan again. The conversation was over. Emeka stood up. He felt hollow, like someone had reached inside his chest and scooped out everything that made him real. He was a ghost in the house he built, a stranger in his mother's parlor. Mama knew, and she chose the lie. That is the kind of betrayal that doesn't scream. It just sits in your chest and rots. Emeka has no allies, no home. What does a man do when his own blood erases him? The reckoning is coming. Stay with me. Emeka stayed for 3 days. He played the role. He smiled when people offered him pity. He nodded when Chidi made jokes about helping Emeka get back on his feet. He slept in the boys' quarters in a small room behind the kitchen, while Chidi slept in the master suite with the air conditioning Emeka had paid for. On the morning of his departure, Chidi called him to the veranda. Chidi handed him an envelope. It was thick, brown. Transport money, Chidi said, loud enough for the neighbors to hear. For your journey back to London. I know things are tight for you. Don't worry, bro. I will send you something next month. Just hold on. Emeka looked at the envelope. He knew what was inside. Cash. A fraction of what he sent in a single transfer. An insult wrapped as charity. He could refuse. He could throw it in Chidi's face. He could scream the truth until his voice gave out. But he looked at the gate. He looked at the neighbors watching. He looked at Mama, sitting by the window, her eyes pleading with him to keep the peace. Emeka took the envelope. Thank you, Chidi. His voice was flat, dead. Chidi smiled, triumphant. He hugged Emeka, patting his back. Safe journey, bro. Call me when you land. And remember, family is everything. Emeka walked out. He didn't look back. He took the taxi to the city,
He boarded the flight. He returned to his small rented room in Peckham. The cold of London hit him differently now. It didn't feel like hardship anymore. It felt like clarity. That night, Emeka sat on his bed. He opened his bank app. He looked at the standing order set for the 1st of every month. The transfer to Chidi. He deleted it. He blocked Chidi's number. He blocked him on WhatsApp. He blocked him on Facebook. He blocked him on Instagram. Then he looked at Mama's contact. His thumb hovered over the block button. He couldn't do it, but he turned off notifications. He archived the chat. 2 years passed. Emeka didn't send a kobo. He didn't call. He focused on himself. He got a promotion. He moved to a better flat. He started dating a woman who asked him about his day and listened to the answer. He began to breathe again. Then last week, a message came through. Not from Chidi, from a cousin. Emeka, please pick up. Chidi is in trouble. The house has a problem. The foundation is sinking. The contractor Chidi used was his friend. They cut corners. The walls are cracking. The local council has marked it for demolition. Chidi needs money to fix it, or they would tear it down. He is desperate. Please, family is family. Help him. Emeka read the message. He sat in his quiet living room. The hum of his refrigerator, the only sound. He thought about the house, the beautiful white house, the gate with Chidi's name, the watch, the envelope, Mama's face. He thought about the 7 years of his life he had poured into that foundation, the sweat, the hunger, the loneliness. And he realized something. The house was never his dream. It was his chain. It was the thing that kept him tied to people who saw him only as a resource. The cracking foundation wasn't his problem. It was the natural result of a house built on lies. Emeka didn't reply. He didn't block the cousin. He just deleted the message. He put his phone down. He walked to the window and looked out at the London street. For the first time in 9 years, he felt light. He had no house in the village. He had no title. He had no legacy there. But he had his life back. And sometimes, that is the only victory that matters. Emeka didn't send the money. He let the house crack. Some of you are shaking your head, thinking he should have helped. Others are nodding because you know exactly what it feels like to be the ATM for people who erase you. This is the part where you look at your own life. Who is building their castle with your bricks? Who is wearing your watch? The night has more stories. I'll see you in the dark.